This biggish box has arrived. Fish box has arrived. So I know what it is. You'd probably tell by the title of this video. I changed the title of this video. If I don't know if I'm wrong. Pretty heavy. Okay, just taped up with, I think it's gaffer tape or whatever to call it. Now on the front here it does have the weight. It's pretty heavy, and it says, well, 10 to 15 kilograms. That's the weight of the postage. I don't know the exact weight. I'll just give you the size of this box in metric. That's about 400 millimeters. 250, say. I'm only doing this bit approx 200 high. So let's see if I can get it open. If turn it this way. It is a bit heavy. I've got some scissors here, and I'm just going to use the point of these scissors. Being careful. Be very careful here because I'm coming towards me. If you hear any noise, it's my grandson playing. I think I've cut some most of that. I expect quite some packing on this. Packing will be presumably pretty lightweight. Can I scissors for safety. Piece looks like card on the top. Let's fold it over. Let me raise it up so we can look down a bit more. There's the camera up, that is. There we are. Styrene. Stick them out, and the motor's in here, but it's cold. It is cold outside, so it's only just arrived. You see that? Got a gearbox on. Ooh, it's heavy. Oh, it is heavy. Just make sure there's nothing else in the box. Just some bits of polystyrene in the box for packing. Throw that away. We'll put it to one side. Right, here's the motor. This is off a stairlift apparently, and I wanted to power. This is going to be too powerful. You might just see it down there. Can you see that? I'll get this chair arm out the way or in the right position. Down there is my shredder that I'm working on, and that's what this is for. This will be far too, well, not too powerful in a way, but it's well over the power of what that needs to be. I did want a powerful motor, but this is also if I need a motor in the future, so it's got a gearbox inside here. I don't know what this is on the back. Ooh, it's got teeth on it. I thought it might be some sort of encoder. It's got wires going in there. So is that some sort of encoder there? It's got a number on here. I'll try and show you where's the label on here. Get this the right way up. Hopefully you can see the details there. It's cold, it's pretty cold this. I don't know what this blue thing is. It's obviously a roller to hold possibly a chain on here, or hold this. I think that just directly goes on like a rack, like a rack and pinion in a way of a car. So there's your pinion and the rack, and then go up and down the stairs directly, I imagine. And there's quite a few wires here, as you see. What's that? Clondale W1 or something. Did I show you the name? I think I showed you the thing on. I think it's definitely an encoder there. It's freezing. Very cold. And looks like it's got some specialist balls on here, specialist heads, if you want to take it apart on these balls. 4 big balls there, look about, well, ball holes 8 millimeters. It's bigger than what I thought it would be. It's certainly heavier than what I thought it would be. Is there anything else? Just show you from this direction, if I can get hold of it. So you can compare it with the size of my hand there. That's a big gear, that big pinion sort of gear. Allen bolt on that roller, blue roller. So that might come off easy. Allen bolt here, I think that might be for oil and no greasing. The gearbox. I imagine the motor probably turn that way, so looks like there's 2 gears at least. And the bottom one there goes to the thing. I imagine it's a worm gear in here, which will give a lot more torque than the motor, and the motor's going to give a lot of torque out this size, I imagine. Don't think can I actually physically turn this? Well, I can turn this back wheel here, this sort of, yeah, I can turn this, presumably encoder wheel. Just feels stiff. I mean, I'd have to turn that quite a bit to get this to turn, if it's even connected. Well, I presume it's an encoder wheel, as a big, almost hole or dent in there. Oh. The more I move it about, the heavier it feels. Some clips on that. You can see the clips. As if to say that could clip off. Oh, there's another sticker on there. Let's get that in. Where am I? Hopefully you can see that. Bit of shine here. 190V, but I've been told it's 240 volts. I think it's got it on the main label, that. It's alright in short bases. It is earthed. Good. So it's got an earth wire on there, fastened to it. So, just reading the label here, trying to read the label. I'll put some details down below. 50HZ. 230 volts, yeah, 230 volts. 50 hertz, that's AC. It's very heavy to like have to move about, if you have to move it about quite a bit. So like picking it up one off or something like that for a short time. But once you've been moving it a bit, it's heavy. Okay. So that's basically the unboxing. It's going to take me a bit of time to get this wired up. Spade connectors, I think all the wires have like spade connectors. That's just a reference number for the seller on eBay. Right, let's do the weight of it first. I'm going to do some measurements if I can. Can we see that? No, I'm going to move the camera over a bit. There we are. So what is that? 10 on the bed, that's kilos. Spot on there. And the top one is like what we call stones. So 1 3/4 stone there. That's 10 kilos on, spot on. Okay. Sure. Yeah, that's better. You see that? I mean, that's just going by these bathroom scales here. Right, let's measure some sizes of it. Right, this plate here looks like it's got Allen bolts on, and an Allen bolt here. This is probably the oil drain, and that wants to be at the bottom as near as you can, so you can drain it out. I've got a top here just for convenience while I measure it. Or I might open this up and we'll have a look at what type of gears are in there. But first of all, this part here at the back there might be a brake actually. It's only got 2 wires on, brown and black, 2 wires on there. So it might be just a brake. I don't know why it's got this plastic, and it's almost like a cogwheel here. But this has clips on it, so it looks like it can come off. Don't know, I might take that off. Now I have seen ones saying that for the same stairlift that seem to have a thinner motor housing, but or suggested for the same stairlift. So overall I would say that this is 350 long. That's including this brake thing. Okay. And the widest part, which is like where these connections are, just put 4 bolts in, I think. is 120, let's say 5. Let's measure this between these. Oh, one little bit sticking out there, isn't there? Oh, that's got a bit of a flat on there. So that's got a flat side there. And the height, I'd say it's quite heavy to look about this. I'd say that the height, well, what I'm terming as a height here, sorry if you can't see the measurements on here. I've been told that this like big cogwheel here, the pinion, what I'm terming as a pinion, is 70 millimeters. Let's have a look. Yeah, just slightly, I would say 68. Let's make sure I'm on the teeth there. 65, 68, yep. And the width. Oh, this has, I don't know if you can see that, this cogwheel here has like a key, looks like a keyway in it. That's the stop of rotating. Oh, it's got a circlip on here. Definitely a circlip on there. There might be also be a keyway in it. I'm not sure what this blue thing is for, like a plastic, it's just like a plastic roller. It's probably to keep something in line. So, there you can see this plastic thing at the back. See that teeth here. Okay, hopefully you can get that. I don't think there's any more measurements apart from these balls, bolt holes here. So I would say, oh no, I'm using one of these, but I'm only doing this like trying to eyeball it from centre to centre this way, the long way, and it's 76 millimeters there. The gap between them, I would have thought these might be wider apart actually. Again, eyeball 30, about 36 millimeters there. Diameter looks about 8. Inside diameter, oh, must be 10 millimeter bolts there, presumably, because that's saying 9.6, but that's the inside diameter there. Is there any other measurements? Let's see, I don't know about this, taking this off. I don't want to, don't want to open it either for the gears, but so I'll just do the motor there. The motor, I reckon the motor size itself is 800 millimeters up to about here, from there, and the gearbox is about 125 long there, and this part here, this brake or encoder, is about 55 millimeters, well, maybe 60 millimeters long there. So it's got these cables on, it's got two groups of cables. We've got two blues and a white one. We've got a blue and a white one. These are numbered. We've got an earth cable, and then we have the black cable which has the brown and black wire on. Okay, I don't think there's much else I can say. It is, you know, 10 kilograms isn't all that heavy. It's quite heavy, but not too heavy to handle over a short time. But when you're lugging it about like I am here, it gets to be heavy, and it's going to be heavy to actually lift on and off a stair lift, if that's what you use it for. That's not what I'm going to use it for. Don't plan. But if I can get wired up, I'll put some details about wiring it up. I'm going to get an Allen key and take this plate off, and we'll have a look at the gears inside, okay? I'm hoping it's a worm gear. It might be a bevel. I've got this 10mm bolt here. That fits in there fine. I've got the light on. Might help I put this light on. Can you see that? Yep. I reckon that's about. I'll just, out of interest to a certain extent, in case you don't know, I've got two lots of Allen keys here, and they are different, so they might look almost the same sizes, but these are what are known as AF, I believe. That's like Imperial, and it's a slight difference in the sizes, very slight. So you want to make sure you've got the right type of Allen key. These are metric ones, these. I'll just get the Allen key out, then we'll have a look. Well, I've just put this on an old sort of sheet I use for paint and decorating sort of thing, just in case any oil comes out of here. There does seem to be an oil seal on there. Now these might have some Loctite on or anything, I don't know. Oh no, not too bad. I think these are M6s, looking at the size of the heads. So I'll speed this up as I'll show you the first one I get out. Do it by hand then. Right, I'll pause the video actually and come back. Is that M6? No, that's a bigger one. So I think that's certainly an oil drain. Right, there's all the balls took out, not too bad. I've got the screwdriver in case I have to prise it up. Be careful here. I don't want to see if, oh, it's on there pretty hard. I wonder if I have to unscrew this. Well, I think it's an oil drain there. I'll unscrew this, what I believe is an oil drain there. It's like a gearbox sump plug. Got a seal on that. And I can see the level of oil is right up to the top of this hole. Don't know if you can see that. I can see it shining a bit. Right, now how to get this off here without damaging the seal. I'm going to try the screwdriver from this direction, so you're knocking the camera there, because then I can leave it on this bit here. Try and show you. I don't know if you can see, but I can certainly see a reflection on here from where I'm stood of the top of the oil. Right, so I'm going to get the screwdriver on here past the arm of this chair and just try and catch it on the edge here. There we go. See that pop? Don't know if hopefully you got that, but it's just got the screwdriver edge touching on the metal more than on the seal. Yes, it is a worm gear. Good. Quite a bit of oil on there, as you see, and the seal around it. I'm not going to pour all the oil out. Yeah, just put focus. So there's the worm, and that almost screws the gear around, and there's another biggish gear here, that's turning the gear that's down here. These look like rubber bungs in here, obviously bearings. And then that one will turn this bigger one. So we've got quite a bit of reduction there. We've got the worm reduction, which is quite a lot. And one thing with worms, you can't turn the cogwheel backwards and forwards once it's like in a position by hand, so to speak. It locks the way the cogwheel's in position, because obviously the cogwheels are trying to go against the screw of the worm gear there. Right, that's it. So it is a worm gear. That gives more torque and more reduction. Then you've got the reduction of, there's only a smaller gear wheel here. I can't see because there's too much oil in, and I'm not going to take the oil out. And that connects to this bigger cogwheel here, which gives even more reduction and more torque. Right, I'm going to put the plate back on. Just notice that this gear here is got the teeth cut at an angle to give more, it gives a wider area for the teeth in a way, which a bit less noise. Well, I've left the oil draining bolt off, sorry. I think when I'm taking this up, I might squeeze the plate, and that might put it under pressure, actually, if that's left on. I've only tightened these up, well, just like very loosely, and then I'm going to go around in a cylinder head pattern like you would on a car engine. So you're going diagonally. Just tighten them up like what I would call snug there. I'm going to tighten them up a bit more, going around a similar sort of pattern, but don't want to tighten it too hard because you might damage the oil seal. Okay, you might crush the oil seal there. I'll do that off camera, but basically I'm just going to nip them a bit in the same sort of pattern. Well, there we are. I say I've just give them a bit of a nip, not too hard, but they weren't too hard to undo. So you want about the same sort of torque same force when you're putting it back together, give or take a bit. Looks like a bit of oil come out there. Yes, there has. A bit of oil seeped out around this edge here. Oops. Can I zoom in on that? I'll just wipe that off. This is much bigger than I thought it would be, and heavier obviously, but I'll probably keep it, then I can use it for anything else. This is, you know, powerful enough to move a person, this, easy. I mean, they do have motors online, electric motors that claim to be about 2,000 torque, Newton meters, 2000 and over, I believe, like about. By the way, I did use a metric Allen keys for here, not the AF Allen keys. Right, I've turned it up. I've turned it up so that the oil seal is down on the drain and plug, so sump, if you want to call it that. It's down. I'm just going to leave it on the sheet to see if any leakage comes out. I've wiped that oil off. That had leaked out a bit. I'm going to give this quite a bit of time. It's not gushing out, so I'll give it, you know, a couple of hours easy. Well, I was putting some of these bolts in and they seemed to go a bit deeper than I measured there, and I found that like a normal adjustable spanner is very difficult because these two bolt heads are very close together. Forgive the background noise, grandson's round here doing young. So I thought I'd try the socket set, but that also catches against the top of that other bolt there. The edge of this catches against that other bolt there, so that won't really fit on. So I'm going to probably have to use this spanner, this adjustable spanner here. Just turn it like this for a bit, no oil leaking. It's been about half an hour maybe. Right, that's pretty tight, that one. And that's going tight, I think. Or is it just that? So it might be a bit hard to tell because the thing on the spanner here is banging against this other bolt head, knocking against this other bolt head. So I'll come back when I've tightened all these up, and I'll give you how long these bolts are so we know how deep it's going to go. Here's my grandson carrying on there. I reckon that's about 5mm gap there. I'll put a wash on there. I'll undo this bolt and I'll measure the length of it. So take 5mm off that and then we'll know how deep it's going to really go. That's 30mm, so say 25mm it can go. Remembering that you want a longer bolt than that because obviously you want the thickness of the bracket or what have you. But that's how deep it's gone, and the thickness of a washer. I would recommend probably some sort of locking washer on there actually. It's been quite a few hours. I have moved this about a bit, as seen and put the 4 bolts in there. That's why I moved it about, just getting them in. Now, how to connect this to the shredder thing that I'm working on. Either another gear wheel to mesh in with that, or remove this gear and put something on there. I'm seriously thinking about removing this gear. There's a circlip on there and it has got like a key weight. Well, it certainly looks like a key weight in there. Just seen that. So I'm going to finish off the video now. If I decide to remove this, I'll do a different video. And as for the wiring, if ever I get the wiring sorted out, I'll show you how I wire it up as well in a separate video, okay. I'll show you how I connect this up to the shredder that I'm working on. That's for shredding 3D parts. Now on the plate it suggests that it only does about 1 turn per minute. show you the plate again, just to finish off with. Ooh, as I say, just a minute, let me, all these wires do have numbers on, I think I said, well most of them, well yeah, just about all these wires have numbers on, like a tap thing on there with numbers on. So right, just